My name is Fiona Whitten and I'm an independent demonstrator based in Wokingham in the UK. Popped on today to share with you all things Sale-A-Bration and also the new July to December mini catalogue. So I'll be walking you through both of those and letting you know what's going on. I won't be sharing projects. I'm saving that for tomorrow just so that I can keep this to a reasonable length. Just let me quickly check that I am alive. I never know with these things. So I hope you've all had a good day. And that your internet is not playing up like mine is. Oh, yep, so it does look like I am live, which is great. Oh, and yeah, hopefully this is all in focus and you can see it clearly. So yes, today saw the start of the new mini catalogue. You'll notice on the front, the first thing it says is July to December. The original intention was that the catalogue would go live in July. Sadly, because of all the shipping delays that has been caused due to lack of containers and things being stuck in various places, Stampin Up decided to actually delay the start to now, just simply to make sure that they did actually have product in the warehouses for you to purchase. Obviously, there's nothing worse than you getting really excited about something and then being told that, nope, sorry, you've got to wait for it for a month. That's really not on. So, yeah. So actually the catalogue runs from today to the 3rd of January. And then Sale-A-Bration also starts today, and that runs from today to the end of September. You may recall that we had a Sale-A-Bration event back at the beginning of the year that ran January to the end of February. In the past years, we've had just one Sale-A-Bration event lasting 3 months from January to end of March. But this year, Stampin Up are trying something a little bit different. So we have the first one for 2 months, and then this one runs for 2 months. So in effect, you will have 4 months of opportunities to get some free stuff, which is got to be good news. And the nice thing about the Sale-A-Bration catalogue, that everything in it you won't have seen before because it's not been in any of your previous Sale-A-Bration brochures. So it's all totally different from the previous one earlier in the year, and I'm sure that you will find something in there that you like. But I'm just going to walk through the mini catalogue first. I'm not going to take forever and a day as much as I would like to. I know time is precious. This is being recorded and it will go back up on Facebook and also on my YouTube channel once I get a chance to do that. So the format is pretty much as it usually is. So the contents page just gives you a brief overview of what suites there are available and also what other bits and pieces. So if there's a host and join page, and then there's these really useful indices at the back, and I'll just show you those in a minute when we get there. So the first thing I want to share is this stamp set. So it's called Strong of Heart. Those of you who are familiar with Stampin Up know that they every so often will bring out a stamp set which they call a Make a Difference stamp set. So a proportion of each of the sales of this particular stamp set called Strong of Heart will be donated. So the stamp set actually costs £19. £2.50 of each will be donated to some heart health organisations. And we do get to keep the money within Europe, so it's not like everything's going to the States. So this is a very worthwhile set to get, just so that you know that one. Kits, there are no kits in the catalogue. There are in fact the new kits collection. So these are just a sneak peek of 2 of the kits that will be coming available soon. Don't have a date. We don't get to know about it. It just, they sort of all of a sudden pop up on the kits collection page. So these are, I like these sort of elves and fairies and things, and then Santa. So these are tags, which I think is really, really sweet. Going on, we've got the gingerbread and peppermint sweet. So as you can see, it's all things to do with gingerbread and peppermint. So we've got some designer series paper. We've got stamp sets, which have got bells and stars and all sorts of things. We have some dies that coordinate, or a set of dies that coordinate with the stamp set. We also have a separate set of dies which die cut pillar boxes. So this is, for example, this is just one of the pillar boxes here that you can see. So they've die cut that out of the craft cardstock, which is also available in this suite. So this is the stamp set that which is shown up here. So this is the small one, this is the larger version. So, and don't forget, everything you see here is real size, unless it happens to say that the things are images are only shown at 40%, 90% or whatever. So that those are the actual sizes of those particular stamps. And then obviously we've got dies that will cut out each of the bauble, the snowflake, and the bell. God, I'm lost for words there. And then there's also a star, which is very handy to have. Stars are always useful. The next set, and this is one that I will show you in a bit more detail. Actually, not this one, but there's a coordinating one. So this one is called the Sweets and Treats. So it's got Christmas puddings, pies, toffee apples, cupcakes, all sorts of things. And then there's a cloche, or cloche, whatever you want to call it. And you could use that, in fact, actually, if you've got any of the succulents. So that would look really cute under that. So there's a stamp set, there are dies, and there is, in fact, some domes that are further on that you can use to make shake cards and things. We have snowflakes. So these are very cute. And they come in, there's different sorts in this thing. So you have the direct, so we have the stamp set, and then we also have the dies. And then these pieces that are, you can't very well see them. Let's see, I'm hoping that we might be able to have it might be a bigger picture, but there isn't. This one, these large ones in the dark grey are in fact, they cut out the outline, but then they also leave a dotted shape behind. So if you look, I don't know if you can see it, if you look here on this particular one, so they've cut out the outline, and then there's a dotted shape. So you can, and these will coordinate back, so you can put them back in or pop them up on dimensionals and all sorts of bits and pieces. So there's an awful lot of things that you can do with these, and of course layer them, add some ribbon, things like that. Punch bundle. So we can never have enough stars. So that is one punch, I believe. Yes, it is. So all of these here will get punched out in one go. But there are no dies or anything that will coordinate with those bits and pieces. It's just the punch for those stars. More traditional. So we have the wise men, 3 wise men. Now we're getting on to some of the things that I have ordered. I have to admit, I haven't ordered the stamp sets, but I do have the paper, so there will be a few ideas tomorrow to share with you. The Christmas stamper stack, which I am holding in September, and this is my prompt to say that this paper will be in that Christmas stamper stack, so it will be part of your kit, and you'll get a whole pack of that. Some of it will have been pre-cut to make the cards. The idea of the stamper stack is that you come along, or you can do the Zoom, and you make 20 cards, 4 cards of 5 different designs, and everything would have been pre-cut for you, so you don't actually have to do the boring bits. Well, I actually enjoy the cutting, but some people think not. And then you just get to do the fun stuff, which is the stamping and the sticking together. So you manage to make all 20 cards pretty quickly. And I go home with a stack of Christmas cards. So these are the stamp sets in more details, dies and things. And remember, if there's a bundle, it'll tell you if there is a bundle savings. So there's 10% on new bundles. Sometimes they get carried forward, sometimes they don't. This is the stamp set that's part of the class. So, and then you have an option to add on the dies, and you just pay the difference between the bundle price and the stamp set. So instead of the dies normally being 33, it'll be 28, so you get to save some money. So if you're interested in coming to the class or getting your class kit, then you can go on to oakfieldcrafts.com, and then at the top it'll say cards, classes and things, and you just click on there and then follow it all through. So this is the cloche that I was telling you about. So this is the one that I do have. It's very cute. So you've got little houses, you've got some birds. It's 2-step stamping, so you can stamp that image and then you can either colour in the houses, or you can use this particular image to colour in the houses. Or if you just want a dark background, then obviously, or a darkest, if you want some sky, then you can use this piece and then overstamp the trees and things. Obviously you wouldn't necessarily want to have this too dark. So I have some ideas with this I can share. Encircled in warmth. So this coordinates with some dies in the annual catalogue. And then if you can see this one, oops, that's my Sale-A-Bration catalogue gone for a burden. So this is the cloche, the dome. So it's very cute. So obviously you can put some sequins or whatever and to make that into a shaker card. Whimsy and Wonder Sweet, very modern, not your traditional Christmas colours, but at the same time, paper's absolutely gorgeous. And again, I've got some ideas to share with you. The Peaceful Deer bundle, that coordinates with the punch, which you can just see showing at the bottom, at the top here. So that's a Sale-A-Bration item. Actually, no, it's not a Sale-A-Bration item. The paper's a Sale-A-Bration item. This is part of the bundle. And then we've got some robins, but you can colour him however you like. Traditional snowmen, fun images here with these. Cute Santa Claus, really nice set of sentiments. So we wish you a Merry Christmas, have a holly jolly Christmas, jingle all the way. So this is a really nice stamp set for just sentiments. So I'm glad they have that. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Sweet Stocking Sweet, which is for those of you who are pet ads, so you've got cats, dogs, both, one or the other, then this is for you. There's puppies and kittens galore in this. So we've got the stamp set and the die. So this is a large tag, just so you know. It doesn't make anything other than the large tag. And then you've got the Sweet Stockings paper. So that's a 12 by 12 pack, and you've got big puppies, little puppies, got dogs in coats and all sorts of things. And obviously you can stamp and create your own cards with your various creatures, heads poking out. We've got some naughty pussycats here. This one's wearing a wreath. Oh, there's even a budgie. How cute's that? Delivering Cheer. This is a really sweet set, because you can actually really use this for whatever you want. I know it says warming thoughts this season, sending love and Christmas cheer, but this particular image here, you can colour this however you like and make a birthday card with it, so it's someone being very generous with all these presents and things. And then obviously then you've got the coat. So you've got two bottom halves. So these are all separate stamps. So you would stamp one half, and then you can stamp whichever of the ones that you want. And then the other good thing about this is that you can either colour these images, or you can stamp on some double-sided paper and cut it out. So that's the technique called known as paper piecing, which is it's a fun one to do. You have to kind of like fussy cutting though, I'm afraid. So penguins, I know at least 4 people who are just totally penguin mad. So this was definitely going to be one for them. It's a bundle that comes with a punch rather than a die. So the punch will punch out 2 bits of body and a foot. The idea is that you can stamp the images and then punch them out. So if you was to stamp this image, you would use this particular punch, or you can punch your own. So you would stamp this bit in black and this piece in basic white. And I've got some ideas for that. And what's more, that actually coordinates with some of the paper which you can get for free in Sale-A-Bration. So that's double treats. And of course, with it, this one's actually got happy birthday and all sorts of things. So if you're like me and you've got birthdays over the Christmas period, then and I don't usually make Christmas card type things for birthdays, but this is just too cute that I'm just going to have to do that. We've got some really large background stamps. So we've got one that looks like knitting. So you can do your Christmas jumpers, and then there's also a set of dies that go with it, so you can create whatever you would like. And I don't even notice here they've stamped, but then they've used the dies. They'll use the deer and the snowflakes and the little trees. Then they've made a shaker card with it. So there's all sorts of things you can do here. Candy canes. So that's another background stamp. Peaceful Place. This, I have to say that this paper is to die for. It's absolutely gorgeous. I am so in love with it. And again, I have some samples to show you tomorrow. Sequins are cute and the ribbon is really cute. I haven't got the stamp set, I have to admit, but I just went for the paper. This is the stamp set that coordinates. It's got cabins and trees and things. Polar bears. So these are sweet. Big baubles. I mean, this is the size of them, so they're almost as big as a bauble that you would put on the... yeah, I guess they are as big as a bauble that you would put on the Christmas tree. So that is the real size. And then you've got the background die, and then you've got more dies that are more intricate that you can then place on top if you just want a plain piece of cardstock underneath. So that's, you can make all sorts out of that if you want to. Some more sentiments, some red velvet, angels, very pretty stamp set. So this is a bundle with a hybrid embossing folder. So if you're not sure what that is, there's basically an embossing folder and a coordinating die. So you can emboss, colour, and then cut out, or probably want to do the other way. You could cut it out and then emboss it using the embossing folder, so that you've got more of an effect. I don't know if you can see this on here. Oops, on here. So there's more of an effect on this portion, which is really sweet. Blackberry Beauty. So this is going to be October's class. Just so that you know, give you a heads up on that. These little, this is called an Ephemera Pack. It's a big word I have difficulty pronouncing sometimes. And those of you who are on my newsletter list and on my catalogue mailing list, I am offering one of those for free when you qualify for a Sale-A-Bration item. So you get 2 things for free. So there'll be more details going up on my blog soon. In fact, those of you who've got catalogues from me will already have details of that. Woods, so this is a stamp set. I kind of want to think it goes with the embossing folder, but I don't think we have that anymore. But it's not something that I have got, but I know that there are a lot of people who will go nuts over this. Gorgeous Leaves bundle, it's very autumnal. So the catalogue is not just Christmas, it's autumnal and all sorts of things. So basically things that you may need or want for stamping and making projects for the rest of this calendar year. More pumpkins and things, cute squirrels. This one I did have to put into my basket, so I do have this one. Getting more into the Halloween theme. So we've got paper, stamps, punch. So you've got cats and ghosts and all sorts of bits and pieces. More Halloween. So I know some of you are not into Halloween, so you're probably not going to be that interested. But you can do all sorts of things. I mean, I particularly like the cat in the box. I mean, that really is a case of if I fits, I sits. Doesn't quite fit, but hey ho. I'm sure a lot of you have cats just like that. Harvest Meadow. So more of an autumnal theme with this. So we have the whole suite. So I haven't pointed out, and I should have done. So some of these have a whole suite collection. It doesn't give you a discount, but what it does is it makes it easy to order. So if you want the whole of this suite, rather than having to put in 6 individual items, you can just put in that one number. But what it does do is part of that collection is the Nature's Harvest bundle, so there will be a 10% discount on that. So that would already have been taken into account. It just makes it easier for ordering. So this is the stamp set for that. A returning favourite, Heartwarming Hugs Designer Series paper. So that was in last year's catalogue, and it's not often that Stampin' Up bring things back, but that paper was so popular. I think a few people must have said, can we have it again? So that's back with us. Some more sentiments. If you like making wreaths, then this one's for you. So we've got stamps, and then we've got some coordinating dies and things for you to make wreaths, and then you can put acorns and all sorts of bits and pieces on it. This one is called Little Delights, and it's really quite sweet because there's all sorts on here. So you've got stuff that you can use for birthday, stuff for Halloween, thank yous, and obviously Christmas. So that's quite a versatile stamp set. And there's also this star-crossed embossing folder. You can't see it too well in the picture, but it's on a diagonal. So one half of it has, I want to say, little stars, and then the other is more of a matrix, so it's squares, that's an interesting idea. This is a one stamp, this one, so it's a distinctive stamp because you're basically stamping that image, and then this one will be slightly look more faded and things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 6, because that's a separate stamp. We've got Time of Giving bundle, more sentiments and things. Super cute, Joyful Life. So this is the set that we're going to be using in November. So we're not going to just be making Christmas. We're going to be doing all sorts of things. That Another bundle, and then these are the summaries of things that have already been in the catalogue. So this is so that each of these are bundles. The cards that you will see here are different from what you already have seen for previously in the catalogue. So I'm not going to take my time going through that, but these are just more ideas for those. And then we have the catalogue at a glance. So this is the stamp sets, punches, dies, paper and things like that. And then there's a little bit about joining, and I will cover that in a minute in Celebration. And then there's a little bit about hosting. Hosting is a bit of a weird name because you don't actually have to host an event. If your order is more than £150, you actually receive your own host awards. So, and it starts at 10% and it goes up, and then at certain stages you're also eligible to receive a 50% off item. But there are always, the catalogues always have host stamp sets. So these are the 2 host stamp sets that are available in this catalogue. So you can use your Stampin Rewards to purchase these. You cannot purchase them as a normal catalogue item. You have to use your Stampin Rewards. And they are a great savings because, for example, this amaryllis, hands up how many people have an amaryllis over Christmas. I know my mum usually grows, I don't know how many. So it will cost you £9 in Stampin Rewards. And it's a £15 value, and then the Seasons of Fun will cost you £11 in Stampin Rewards, and normally it would have cost you £19. But as I said, you cannot purchase these; they have to be purchased with your Stampin Rewards. So if you have a group of friends, then you can put in a combined order. I have customers who put in fairly large orders. I'm very appreciative of that, I am too. So they usually qualify for their own Stampin Rewards. So if you're ordering online, I normally ask that you use the host code for the month, but it's worth remembering if your order is £150 or more, you do not want to put the code in, because that gives me the Stampin Rewards, which is not the name of the game. You really want to just make sure that you get the Stampin Rewards. Okay, so that is that. I'm just looking at the time. Oh, half an hour has gone already. Wow. So Celebration. Oh. So this is the Celebration catalogue. Let's go put this mini to one side. So as I said, there are lots of things in here, and I'm sure you won't be disappointed. There are 3 things that I do know are on limited stock, and we will not get any more of it, simply because of where it's coming from. So this bedazzling specialty paper is one of those items. So just be aware of that. So this is free with a £45 spend. So those of you not familiar with Celebration, as mentioned earlier, this year we have 2 events, and then there are various offers as part of Celebration, and one of them is for a £45 spend or a £90 spend. It's basically a multiple of 45. Then you can choose an item for free from the Celebration catalogue. But you have to remember it only runs until the 30th of September. So if you're putting in an order on the 1st of October, I'm sorry, it will not qualify. So the bedazzling paper, that's a £45 spend, and as I said, that's on limited supplies. This is the penguin paper, which I think is really, really cute. So that coordinates with the Penguin Place bundle that's in the mini catalogue. The Feels Like Home stamp set, standalone, so don't need to worry about what that coordinates with anything. I think it's very pretty. I like that front door and the bicycle and things. So you can get out your pens and colour and do all sorts of things, use it as a background. The beautifully penned paper is coordinates with the hand pen petals paper and bundles that are in the annual catalogue. So that's a £45 spend. The Peaceful Prints paper is one that coordinates with the Peaceful Deer bundle. So, and I believe there may well be deer that you can cut out. Maybe not. No, doesn't look like it. But anyway, so you can use the paper to cut out different coloured deer and stuff. The Counting Sheep. So these two items are only available as part of Sale-A-Bration. So you have the stamp set and you have the dies. So the dies are another of the items that is on limited supplies. We've been told we will not run out of stamps simply because Stampin Up make their own stamps. So it may go on back order occasionally, but there will always be those available. But the dies will not be. They are on limited supplies. So both of those you can get with each for £45 spend. Obviously, if you spend 90, you can get both of them, which is pretty good. Textures and Frames is a free stamp set. And then this Summer Shadows dies is coordinates with the Shaded Summer stamp set that is in the annual catalogue. And this is the third item that is on limited supply, just so you know. So these dies require a £90 purchase. And then there's this rather gorgeous Delicate Dahlias stamp set, which is a £90 purchase. I think it's stunning. So it's a two-step stamping. So you would stamp the outline image and then you can overstamp in the second one. So you've got the flower, you've got a smaller flower, and you've also got some leaves and then some sentiments too. Right. Then, so this is what I was talking about, the host. So remember that we were talking about if you spend £150 or more, then you get the Stampin Rewards. Once you get to £275, first off, I might be asking you, well, why aren't you joining and getting a free bundle? And I'll talk about that in a minute. But if you don't want to do that, then you will get this free host set instead. So not only do you get your Sale-A-Bration items, you will also get another further stamp set. So this is called In Your Own Words. And then last but not least, joining the Stampin' Up family during Sale-A-Bration is always a good time. Well, in fact, actually joining the Stampin' Up family is always a good opportunity to get some free stuff, sneak peeks, discounts on your own supplies. There really is no obligation to sell or anything. It's really up to you to what you want to do. But during Sale-A-Bration, Stampin' Up usually do something a little bit different, and this Sale-A-Bration is no different. So if you decide that you would like to join the Stampin' Acorns, and I would love to have you as part of the team, then as well as choosing your £130 worth of goodies from any of the catalogues, the current catalogues. So you can use the mini, you can use the annual, you can even use the clearance rack if you want to. So you would choose £130 worth of items, plus you can choose one of these selection of bundles. And they range in value. So the Penguin Place bundle is worth $29.50, so you could get that for free. If you really like the Christmas to Remember bundle, you can get that for free, and that's saving you £55.75. So that is an absolute bargain. So in effect, you would be getting £185 worth for, wait for it, £90, which is pretty. Well, wow, it's such a good deal. It's crazy. So there is more information about that on my blog. And the links of how to join. You can there's two ways you can do it. You can go onto my blog and then click on the join button at the top, or you can visit my Stampin Up website, which is oakfieldcrafts.stampinup.net, and then click on the join button from there. So there's all sorts of ways. Similarly, for purchasing, you can do that. You can go onto my blog and click the shop now. Not the shop now, it just says shop, or you can go on to my Stampin Up website, which again is oakfieldcrafts.stampinup.net, and then click on the shop button from there. And there was something else I wanted to share with you. Oh yes, and it was about placing orders. So you have two options. You can email me with a list of everything that you would like, and I can then invoice you, showing you how much the total is, and then you can then either do a bank transfer, or you can just pay the invoice direct using a link to, and you can use MasterCard, Visa and Visa Debit and stuff like that. But if you're shopping online, there's a couple of things that I just want to make you aware of. Occasionally there's a little blip in the system, so there are a couple of things to look out for. And apologies, my printer obviously is not working too well. So first off, I would ask that you double check that you are actually shopping with me. So you should be able to see in the top left hand corner of your screen my name, which is have UK and United Kingdom, and then my name. And then when you come to checkout, it should also say shopping with Fiona Whitten. Okay, so those are the bits that are in red. Where it says add host code, which is the bit in yellow, so you would click on there and you would add the host code for the month, unless your order is 150 or more. So the host code for August is this number, and this is all up on my blog as well. And then the really important thing is it will also tell you how many Sale-A-Bration items you have earned. It will tell you how many you've already selected and how many you have left to choose. So this was me just putting in well, I didn't actually put the order in, but I just did this to show you. So I put in an order for the Whimsical Trees bundle, which is £47.50, which entitled me to one item. So, and I hadn't actually selected anything, so it tells me that I have one remaining item. So once you've checked all that, added your host code, you then click on the checkout button. It will then take you, and if you haven't actually selected any free items from Sale-A-Bration, it will then take you to another page, which will say, hooray, you've earned some freebies, and it will tell you how many you have. So it'll tell you, so it qualifies for one, and I have one still to do. And then you just literally, you click on the item that you want, and once you've done all that, and it tells you that you have nothing left. So here again it says items selected aren't remaining. So once it says items selected 1 or whatever, and the remaining item 0, you will then be able to continue and complete your purchase. It will not let you go past that. So it's Stampin' Up's way of making sure you always get your Sale-A-Bration items, because there are some people in the past who have just clicked right through and forgotten to add them. And there's nothing worse than missing out on something that's for free. So if you really, really don't want anything, then you click on the checkout without redeeming any free items. But you need to know that you will not be able to redeem anything at a later date. It relates solely to this particular transaction. So if you don't redeem anything and you've clicked out that checkout with redeeming, you can't change your mind. So it's really important that you make sure that you know how many that you're entitled to, and you do actually place that order for those free items. If you have a purchase that takes you to the £90 spend, this should then tell you you can have 2 of these or 1 of the £90 spends. So I just wanted to show you this. There is actually this on my blog too. So if you don't know where my blog is, it's oakfieldcrafts.com. and apologise for that noise. So I think I'm going to have to call it quits now because you're not going to be able to hear me. And I will see you tomorrow afternoon, and I will come back with some of the projects that I have made. Okay, thanks a lot for watching. Bye.